Hey friends, welcome back to that 1870s homestead. My name's Rachel.
I'm Todd.
And it was a great day coming back full circle, back to growing food here on the farm. And we are growing our bacon.
Our bacon. She only wears this shirt once every 2 years.
Yes.
On the day that we go pick up our pigs, we got back home about an hour ago, hour and a half ago maybe. It was a long day on the road for us. I think it was about
6 hours at least.
At least 6 hours of traveling. By the time you add to and fro, pigs are here.
Yes.
Pigs are safe. They're loving life right now.
Yes, they are. And we have them in a new paddock this year. So we normally raise our pigs over there, but they get this glorious thing. We'll show you more. We have some cleanup to do, some final settling to make them a home. So we're going to get that done today and show you these cuties.
Yep. They're really cute.
So when we first got here, we didn't have the 5-gallon, what is this, 30 gallons?
35, I think.
35 gallon nipple water filled. So I just set out this little spot of water, but I can dump it because they are trained to a nipple water already, which is always awesome. A tip if you're raising pigs for the first time is just spread this nipple with peanut butter or jelly or something like that. They'll like the taste of it and they'll train on it really quick. So Todd got that all filled, so we can put the lid on. And then we will do some training on this. So this is a self-feeding, what do you call it, Todd? Choice feed. Choice feed is how we raise our pigs. So they'll just come and eat when they're hungry. And the lid opens up and you fill it 2 bins, a hopper style, with pig feed. So we're gonna get this loaded. So since they've been here just the hour and a half or so, they're just eating grass, digging, rooting a lot so far. And I don't know if it's just the property that they came from, whether or not it was good rooting ground and this is all fresh, or if they'd already rooted that and there wasn't much to find. But we would want to give them some additional minerals because a lot of times pigs will just simply root because they're lacking a mineral and they're in search of it. So we'll supplement a scoop every day, probably with a little mineral choice.
So you see down here, we do have a single strand hot wire electric using our solar, what's the name of that company?
Excalibur? No, that's dehydrated.
Premier One. Premier One. We have a solar powered Premier One fence energizer. We have that over there by where the gate is so we can easily turn it on and off. Single strand wire, probably about 10 inches off the ground, with fiberglass poles that run the whole inside perimeter. They're learning quickly. I mean, it's off right now because we're in here with them, so we have the gate disconnected over there, but they will learn very, very quickly that this is bad, and if you go by this, you're gonna get poked. And we do this specifically so they don't root on our fences. We don't want them digging up under our fences, and next thing you know, we're trying to chase a pig for like 20 minutes, if we can even find it.
So how big is this paddock, Todd?
60 by 60, 70 by 70.
I think we measured it once. It's more than 70 by 70-ish. So this paddock we had for the goats, and we had to build a goat shelter for them. There was no shelter in this paddock. So for the pigs, for now, they'll be in this paddock. We just brought in a temporary shelter. We've had this since year 1. And I think that we're gonna just get this moved. We've got some hay that we'll put in there, and this will be their weather protection, sun shield, when they need it. Eventually, we think we're gonna open up the second paddock that we've always raised pigs in and give them that. It's just way too wet right now. I see you. Hello. Well, they're all settled in.
Found the food, that's for sure. They've been chowing down.
You propped up one of them with a stick. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, on the little feeder, there's 3 little panels that flip up. We only put food in one, and so I propped it open and held it with a little stick so that they know there's food in there. The feeder might look too tall for them, but they will climb up onto that step, and they'll use their, I almost call it their beak. They'll use their beak and they'll flip that little metal thing up and then chow. And then they pull their head out and the little metal thing will go clink. And so that's kind of like when we're out and about and you're in the garden. If you'll hear sometimes in her videos, you'll hear this clank sound, clank, clank. It's the pigs finishing eating.
Yep. And, you know, the first couple of days till they get trained to that, we'll come prop it back up with a stick. But eventually they just figure it out. But we have seen them, they drink all the water off the mat that I poured out, and we've seen them go to the nipple, but I don't know if they're just not thirsty, but they haven't drank. So we're going to keep an eye on that over the next couple days. We did turn the electric back on, so if you hear that clicking behind us, they were getting a little too comfortable being able to cross that wire so soon on property. So we turned that back on.
Yeah, we'll probably make sure we keep it on.
Yeah.
When we're in here with them.
Yep.
Brought some lawn chairs out here. We've been sitting out here for probably about a half an hour just watching the pigs. I was crawling around with a big camera, getting some nice shots of them. Got some cute little pictures with my phone.
We never told them what they were.
What kind of pigs are they?
They're Hereford Berkshire crosses. Yes. So, and maybe a little Tamworth mixed in there. So the last pigs were Tamworths that we raised. Absolutely delicious. Loved them. You know, the Herefords are a U.S. Pig, domestic pig, and then the Berkshire is an English pig, maybe considered like the Wagyu of beef, so I'm told. So we're gonna very excited to taste these pigs. And I guess the Hereford is known as the true red meat, which you hear that about, like we heard that about the Red Wattles, we've heard it about the Tamworths, so it'll be a nice comparison.
Yeah, this is our 4th time raising pigs.
Yes.
She just told you what these breeds are. You'll notice we have 3. So normally, if you've been following us for a while, we raise 2 pigs every other year, and that's enough pork to last us for that entire duration. We have 3 pigs this time because our kids, well, 2 of our boys wanted a pig to split between them, so that's why we have 3.
Yep.
The last ones we raised were Tamworth. The ones before that were Idaho Pasture Pigs, and the ones before that were Red Wattles.
And probably in that order are our favorites so far. And I don't know if it's that we're getting better at it, raising pigs, or if our pig choice is getting better. Because the Red Wattles were okay, kind of dry. The Idaho Pasture Pigs were great, but too fatty. And the Tamworths were perfect. Not a complaint, not one complaint.
Right.
Like insanely good. Everyone that comes over just raves about it. Like, oh my gosh, if grocery store pork tastes like this, I would buy it.
Yep.
But now these will be another challenge to us either getting better as pig farmers or the choice of pig. Yes, it's drinking. Good job.
Yeah, and this batch and the last batch of Tamworths came from up near the center of the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, a farm called Sweetbriar Farm, Mike and Kelsey.
Yep.
And unfortunately, if you want this type of pig, they have stopped breeding. They've sold off their breeding pair and they're getting out of the pig business. But they do have a pretty awesome Facebook page and YouTube channel. They mostly post like shorts and reels type thing nowadays. They don't do much long form content anymore, but they got some really funny stuff. You guys should check it out.
And they have a great, if you're up in that area with like the West Branch area, they have a awesome farm stand every year. So
tons
just loaded
of vegetables.
they have a massive garden.
Honey.
That's part of their mission, is to bring good quality food into a little bit of a food desert area in Michigan. So yes, thanks Mike and Kelsey. And they actually, I was knowing going into retirement, knowing that they were selling their breeding pair, I asked him, can we do it? And he's like, no, not yet. So I did try.
We did check out a couple of their steers today, and we're starting to collect intel on
raising cattle.
Raising cattle for beef. It's probably something we're going to do at some point. I don't know exactly when. Maybe when I retire. We are going to keep track of exactly how much food we go through to raise these little piglets up to harvest day. So we'll share that with you guys, along with any other struggles that we have along the way. Just because it's
something that always comes up.
Yeah, I don't just want to share like the good things about pig of look how awesome this bacon is, but I want to share with you guys too the things that we struggle with. That way you guys, if you're thinking about raising pigs, you can learn from our experience as well. Yeah.
Last season was a really, really tough experience. We'll leave that link to that video so you can go watch that. That was a hard lesson to learn. All right, but it's getting chilly. It dropped down to like, I think it was mid 80s up at their place, and the lower south we got, the colder it got. It was 70 when we got home. Yeah. And now it's mid 60s.
I think there's an east wind and it's blowing the cool air off the lake. So we're going to enjoy the rest of our drink, and then we're going to head in. And I'll come back out before bed and with the flashlight and check on them and see if they're just sleeping out here, if they went in the little house or what. But I'll check on them before bed.
Okay, I'm sure they'll be great.
Yeah. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Bye guys. Happy Pig Day.
Happy Pig Day. Go pig or go home.
Yes.